not the kind of guy who responds to BS, so I'm not going to throw any at you. Bottom line, you're not happy. You're looking for something and you still haven't found it. You lost Brooke and your family. You want children, but you don't have anyone to have them with. You're kidding yourself if you think you can replace having a deep emotional relationship and family attachment with what? Power? With money?
I hate this. I really hate
I know
this.
you do. Which tells me that there really is something there you don't want to find.
Dr. Hayes, how are you?
Rita, hi. How are you?
A little blue. We all miss the Forresters so much.
Oh, I know. They miss you, too.
Will you tell them that all of us in the sewing room say hello?
Yes, I'd be glad to.
It's a shame we won't be making your wedding dress. That was always one of our favorite traditions around here.
Well, you never know. By the time I have my wedding, the Forresters might be back here.
Rita, Mr. Marone sent down some notes about the gown with the so-called plunging neckline. Would you take a look at them?
Yes, Mrs. Marone.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure seeing you, Dr. Hayes.
You too. Take care. You're looking well, Jackie.
Thank you. One of my better days.
Are you still having headaches?
They come, they go, you know. So what brings you by?
I'm seeing Nick.
Oh, another therapy session. He told me. You must really enjoy a challenge.
Why do you say that?
Because my son likes to keep things to himself.
Well, given how unhappy he's been lately, maybe it's time for him to try a new strategy.
Like you are? He told me that too. Your grand plan? Bring him to some kind of revelation. He'll see the light and hand Forrester Creations back.
Well, I don't know about that. I am trying to help him. He's been very unhappy in his life, and I don't know, maybe it could be something from his past he's never dealt with. And maybe if he did, it would probably change the way he views life.
Don't put that briefcase down.
We have a scheduled session.
Schedule's changed. I want to go to Chuck's, get a bucket of wings, a couple beers, colas, go to my boat, and have lunch on the deck.
Are you trying to avoid our session?
Why would you say that? I love therapy. Listen to me, how you shrinks. You like to read something into everything, don't you?
You're not avoiding our session?
Just changing the venue.
You want to discuss your psychological health at Chuck's bar?
Look at it this way. You can dig into the deep, dark psychosis of my mind on the boat.
I can do that here.
I'm more relaxed on my boat.
I could see you a little tense at our last session. I knew you might be reluctant about today. You did cut it a little short.
I just don't see anything interesting about my childhood. Now, you want to talk about the sea, the ocean, that's a different story.
Oh, yeah, tell me about that. I'm good with that.
So we don't have to talk about my childhood.
No, you know what? I would really like to hear about the sea. I would like to hear about why you love it so much.
All right. Well, it's too bad we only got an hour here, Shrinky. That subject could take us all day. The sea's been part of my life since I can remember. I used to pass the docks when I'd go to school. I used to hang out with the sailors that were on these big ships. They used to show me around. They'd take me on board, and they'd show me the engine rooms and the bridge. Taught me how to drink beer, tie knots.
How old were you?
Oh, I don't know. I was a kid, probably not even a teenager.
So they liked having you around?
Well, I think they were just showing off. But, to me, they were heroes.
Because they taught you how to tie knots?
Well, it might have been the beer. You're probably thinking these aren't great role models, right? Because they're teaching a young kid how to, drink and curse and spit. And you're right, they weren't cultured. And these weren't educated men. But they did one thing. They looked out for me. And that was big in my book.
No, that makes sense. The man you thought was your father had died. You had no other men in your life, so they were like father figures to you.
Father figure. You know, on their worst day, these men were better than my father would ever be. Frank Payne was a loser. You know, he never really was my father.
But you didn't know that until a few years ago.
Couldn't hold a job down. When he did get a paycheck, he'd just gamble it away and come home drunk.
Did he abuse you? Your mother?
I actually think he was out to destroy himself.
His death didn't affect you?
We were better off without him. We were poor. We were poor. But I guess that made the little things we did for each other mean more. You know, I do remember this one Christmas. I just surprised the hell out of my mother. I was one of the sailors. His name was Jerry. He was a captain, actually. And he had told me that I can get pearls dirt cheap from these divers down in Australia. So the next time he came into port, he brought a set of pearl earrings with him. So I gave them to my mother. And when I gave them to her, she just started crying. Really crying. And she said, I can't take these. I just can't take them. And Jerry said, no, I want you to take these. So Jerry started coming to dinner. My mother, she was so excited. You know, she'd get all dressed up for dinner. She'd put those earrings on. God, she loved those earrings.
Nick, you all right?
Listen, I just realized I've got an appointment. I got to talk to one of these designers here. I forgot about that.
Well, I can wait. I'll wait right here.
It may take some time, so we'll pick this up. Just make an appointment with my assistant. Thanks.